Okay, folks, let's start on this happy note. The Lifetime Achievement Award, let me take that again. The Lifetime Achievement Award honorees is a special merit award presented by a vote of the Recording Academy's national trustees to performers who, during their lifetime, have made creative contributions of outstanding artistic significance to the field of recording. You know, the late Afrobeat pioneer and political radical, Fela Anikulapo Kuti, has made history by becoming the first African to bag the award at the Grammys. The award, announced on Saturday, has other high-profile artists posthumously honored. Now, Fela forever, I should say. Let's take you there.
I just want to acknowledge that Fela is the first African to receive the Grammy. I want to acknowledge my siblings who cannot be here tonight, Moturayo and Shem, and my nephew.
We would like to thank all the people carrying the Afrobeat and not just this place tonight, DJs.
I remember at the Old African Shrine when the black president, the king and creator of Afrobeat, used to say, at the time the force
radical, outlaw, and the father of Afrobeat, Fela Kuti's influence spans.
Yeah, gentlemen, what more can we say? Fela Anikulapo Kuti was an institution. So the debate should begin to simmer down.
Yes, let me start by saying that I'm particularly happy that Fela was honored because it was the greatest thing to come out of Africa musically. And what he did, it just that it was unfortunate that he came way ahead of his time.
Okay,
because when he came, there was no streaming, there was no Spotify, there was no opportunity for people to make the kind of mega money they are making now. And another thing is that the Gen Zs, a lot of them didn't have opportunity of experiencing Fela. So that is why the debate will even come up in the first place. Comparing Fela with Whiskey is the most ridiculous thing I've ever had because there's no basis for it. In fact, what our boys are enjoying now, Whiskey, Davido, Burna Boy, is because of the sacrifices of people like Fela to be able to put and Fela, you know, I was explaining to some people that Fela did not make money, even at that time when he was performing, he didn't make the kind of money by choice because he decided that he was going to play his music a particular way.
That's it.
And he was going to send his message a particular way. He did not agree with the industry mafiosos who controls the kind of concerts you get, the kind of money you can make, you understand? And if you don't, you know, he had a very large band. He had an orchestra. So it is not convenient for people to do a lot of concerts with him because of the logistics of it. But when you look at his contribution musically, creating a music genre that is different and African, especially what Highlife was able to achieve at that time, and was able to now come up with another infusing jazz and other music tendencies. You will know that
until Mayor, until 1969, when he traveled out and met a lady called Sandra Isidoro.
Yes,
everything changed.
Yes, the lady that was, because he said that the lady was able to let him understand that, look, we blacks that we are in America, we are nostalgic about what is happening, about our roots and all that. And that why should artists from Africa not recognize who they are and the Africanism in them? That changed his perception of things. And then though his music was a lot of time agitative and political, you cannot deny the rhythm and the music content. Now, most of our artists that are doing now, it is studio-generated music that they are playing. They're not even musicians, they're just singers. They cannot play
We'll get to that. I rather like, I'll underline, they are not even musicians. You know, the dictionary tells you and I, a musician is somebody who plays an instrument,
yes.
writes music and sings.
Yes.
But if you don't play an instrument, you are not a musician.
No,
you are at best a singer, a studio singer.
The truth is, they don't even argue that. They call themselves record artists. They don't even call themselves musicians because there's a lot about being described as a musician.
Should they not be troubled about musicianship? In a 21st century world.
With us celebrating Fela, you know, there's a lot to learn. You know, as young as I was, I grew up loving Fela. In fact, it is difficult. I was reading about Fela again, coming for this program. I'm like, do you mean Fela died that young at the age of 58? I struggle to use words for Fela because Fela lives on. Fela is someone that I recall with so much nostalgia. In fact, there was a time I lost myself. I was dancing to Fela in the office. I didn't know people were recording me. And they pushed it on Facebook. And they thought I was going to be embarrassed. I said, no, this is a legend. This is someone that I want to associate with. And to recall what Mayor said, you know, I recall that while we were in university, it was a course. It was one of the African personalities we studied. And it was a course that if you don't pass, you are not going to the next level. So this is someone that I hate to even join in this argument of being compared with Whiskey. I guess it's a misplaced priority for people to even go into that.
I can only hope that the coast is becoming clearer now.
In fact, it wasn't even unclear before. So I just want to join everyone to celebrate the icon himself. It is well appreciated. It's something that we can't stop talking about. I remember the likes of, even though he wasn't in the class of Shabarangs, when he came to Africa, and it was like, what an icon, what a legend, what a living legend.
I missed, sorry, Kay and Mayor, I missed working with Fela. Fela was in the music department of Radio Nigeria of yore. Of course, he was produced by Benson Idonije, the grandfather of Burna Boy.
Yes.
So, and Benson was his first manager. So,
yes, I saw that.
Fela vex and leave radio, you know. And then Calcutta Republic started gaining momentum, you know.
Awesome.
Can you forget?
I had the privilege of knowing him when he was alive. Up till his last days. So that's why when I said that when you look at Fela, everything about him was different. He has so much talent, and he's so weird in his own thinking. In fact, towards his last days, he was very close to Ken Olumese, the governor of Night Shift. So at that time, when Night Shift used to do like a live band on Sundays,
I remember,
they would go and bring Fela and his people. You know, he likes ice cream. He would take ice cream. He likes to take ice cream. He would excuse himself to go and smoke and come back just to enjoy that thing. So we used to interact with him, and then we've had the opportunity of interviewing.
Of course, you remember Yabi's Night.
Oh, yes, because you see, Shrine at that time, because like I said, apart from the fact that a lot of his messages were activism in nature and political, you understand? But even at that, you cannot miss the beauty of his music, the composition of that music, the horn arrangement. You will know that this is a musician. This is somebody who understands music.
And as a bandsman, if you miss a beat, Fela will be livid.
Yes, he's a perfectionist because like that. And that is why it is a big deal that they gave him that Live Achievement Award. It's a big deal because, see, when you have an award ceremony, you try to reward the best in different categories. The Light Achievement Award is different. It's like in a political party, like the board of trustees, the conscience of that organization, the people that they believe that this is the height that you can reach as an artist. So for Grammy to give somebody Live Achievement Award, the first African to be so honored, it's a big deal.
Big deal.
That you won Grammy, or you won Grammy for one video or something. That's child's play. When you are when you are a recipient of the Life Achievement Award, it shows that after you have left, the people who control that industry
of course,
appreciate that these are the people.
You remember institutions like Quincy Jones was given an award like this.
Yes, of course.
You look at the image of Quincy Jones and the artists who have gone through him.
Through him, yes.
So, Fela, our musicians of yore used to sing about our failures, our successes, you know,
what is happening, what we should be.
And showed you the way forward. I cannot forget when they want to come in, Nigeria, it sets you thinking.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Fela for us, I think that's where our generation and this coming generation should be taught history again. Okay. And that's one of the things we achieved during my time. You know, because at my level, we had to go back to history. Luckily for us, maybe some of these things you are saying now were being documented. Yeah. We now realize that, wow, so Fela was more than a musician. We realized that the lyrics was a story of his life. Virtually all the lyrics of the story of his life. This was someone who could stand up to the government of the day and he would say that you are wrong, you are wrong. It wasn't, you know, he wasn't using innuendos, wasn't using euphemism to describe his feelings at all. It was so straight and it was so bold.
Shooting from the hip, as they say.
Exactly. So this is someone who went to prison with so much joy that, okay, I'm fighting for my right, I'm fighting for the right of the people. This was someone who was feeding thousands of people almost daily. This was someone who was, so Fela is an icon, it's a legend. It's not just being mouthed. It's someone that this generation and upcoming generation, we must pass the baton to them. We shouldn't leave them with this ignorance. We shouldn't leave them to say that.
We should not leave them with
that ignorance. We shouldn't. We shouldn't.
It is important that we must make sure that they continue to teach history in schools. Because you see, a lot of our Gen Z, they don't know anything. In fairness to them, it is this new generation of artists that they know. And they invest so much money on them because they stream them and all that, and they allow them to make a lot of money. But they should know that there are some people that have been there. There are some people that paved the way for this new generation of artists that made sacrifices and did not benefit anything from it.
Because an average American, as we speak, sir, still knows what happened 200 years ago. Sure. They don't play with their history. So it is not fashionable for you to say that that's your time. We're just letting them know that it will give you an edge among your colleagues, among your contemporaries, if you can dig into the history and know what Fela stood for, know what he preaches, know what he stands for, how, you know, in fact, I remember I'm announcing to the world that I made an A in that particular course because I loved it, I enjoyed it. I could see that this is someone, because he was being compared with the likes of Mandela, was being compared with the likes of... So I'm serious, that's how powerful this man is. His music was not learned from anybody. By the way, he even learned music professionally, I think in Trinity School, one of the best schools in the world. So this is a deliberate person. He didn't jump into music by accident. And so therefore, I don't know if there's anything bigger than this award. Fela deserves it.
You'll be in the forefront of those who...
I'm serious. I'm ready to say it over and over again. Fela is an icon and he's a legend.
All right, so to the family of Fela, one of the most publicized families in this country, we say congratulations. We identify with the gains and the legacy left by the one and only Olufela Anikulapo Kuti. Thank you for giving us him. All right, to our next story. You know,